Hi, thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. Topping the agenda this week is a resolution to abolish the Clarksburg Development District. Councilmember Mike Knapp is the chief sponsor of this resolution that would eliminate the plan to fund specific infrastructure in Clarksburg by taxing property owners.
We know that our county is going to have to come up with unique and novel ways to fund infrastructure, as is every jurisdiction in the country. And so we have some new tools we've gotten through the state legislature, the ability to look at a special taxing district. We know how we'd want to implement a development district. We know how to use impact taxes better or impact fees better. And so now we're at a time to say kind of holistically, how do we do funding of infrastructure for a community? Well, if we know we've got something that's a problem that's out there, as we do in Clarksburg, let's just get rid of it. We haven't actually implemented it yet, so let's say we're not going to, and let's do Clarksburg with a fresh perspective, knowing what we know now and knowing the things we're going to try and do countywide so we can have a much more comprehensive and consistent approach. And the thing that didn't happen the first time was that the community really wasn't a part of the conversation. So let's engage the community in the dialogue now so we have a kind of an effective and equitable distribution for what the community thinks they want to have funded.
In other news, council staff has been working with the state on 3 sets of designs that pertain to the Purple Line as it relates to downtown Bethesda. As council members tell us, plans include a new entrance to the station which supports the master plan.
This will, of course, serve the Purple Line. It's actually the western end of the Purple Line, but it's also going to make access to Metro much more convenient for our busiest central business district in Montgomery County, the Bethesda Central Business District. So it's going to be located on Elm Street right at Wisconsin Avenue, and there will be 2 levels. The first level will be access to the Purple Line, and then the lower level will be access to Metro. It will be open and available for commuters in 2016 if all goes well, and that's the same year that we'll actually be able to ride the Purple Line if all goes well.
Though experts say the recession is over, here in Montgomery County, times are still tough. Council members have received an update on the latest economic indicators and the county's fiscal plan. Next year, the county's major commitments are expected to grow by just over 4%. However, the current fiscal plan cannot support that growth.
There should be no surprises. That's why we adopted a longer-term fiscal plan this year. I feel really good about that because I've been working with the agencies and the county employee reps since we passed the budget to say, look, we don't see any additional revenue. We're going to have to plan accordingly. Expectations are going to have to change. We cannot assume things that we used to be able to assume easily. So, again, employee bargaining is clearly going to occur, and this time it's going to have some real context.
Members of the Health and Human Services Committee have received an update on the status of work on the new Silver Spring Library. As Valerie Irvin tells us, the council is looking at ways to reduce the cost and manage this project within budget.
I have just sent a memo to my colleagues on the Health and Human Services Committee to open the Silver Spring Urban Renewal Plan, which basically says you cannot build a pedestrian bridge in the CBD. And the reason I'm doing that is because I voted against this initially, but I have been convinced that the folks who will be using this library, especially from the disability community, have not been given the full, I think, range of options that they need. And so I've been very disappointed that we couldn't get more spaces underground, which is what I was hoping was going to happen, or more spaces on the street, on Fenton and on Bonifant. Couldn't do it. And so it seems to me that we're going to have to take a real hard look at what we can do in line with what people say they want to include that bridge.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.